Next, this is an important question in board examinations. It may be asked for 4 marks. That is the structures of SO3 and SO4 minus 2. Let us discuss these structures one by one. In these two molecules, the central atom is sulfur. Sulfur atomic number is 16. So, its electronic configuration is neon 3s2 3p4. Here we are discussing about the electronic configuration because in any atom the structure of any element will depend upon the electronic configuration of a central atom. That is more important. That is why here we are going to see this. In the valence shell of sulfur, 2 electrons are present in 3s orbital and 4 electrons are present in p orbital and d orbital is empty. Now, according to this electronic configuration, sulfur can form only 2 bonds. But in SO3 we have 3 bonds. That means each sulfur atom is formed double bond with oxygen. That type of 3 oxygens are there. Total number of bonds are 6. So, 6 bonds are possible only when 6 unpaired electrons are present. In the ground state of sulfur, here we have only 2 electrons. So, with this electronic configuration, that structure is not possible. So, on excited state, that means when an element is reacting with a high electronegative or high reactive elements, it supplies certain energy and this paired electron will enter into the d orbital. So, in first excited state, the electronic configuration will be 3s2 3p3 3d1. That means the electron which is paired here in the p orbital will enter into d orbital, so that now we have 4 electrons. Now, this also is not sufficient to satisfy or to form 6 bonds. So, it requires another excitation. In second excited state, the electronic configuration of sulfur is 3s1 3p3 3d2. So, 3s1, that means 1 electron in s orbital, 3p3 3 electrons in p orbital and 2 electrons in d orbital. Now, we have 5 unpaired electrons, so that it can form 6 unpaired electrons, so that it can form 6 bonds. Now, if you observe the structure, here we have double bond. Wherever there is a double bond, one is sigma bond and the other one is pi bond. So, according to this structure, here we have 3 sigma bonds and 3 pi bonds. So, 3 pi bonds can be formed only with pure orbitals. So, let us take these orbitals which can form pi bonds, and the remaining electrons are 3, they form sigma bonds. These electrons are in 1 electron in 3s orbital and 2 electrons in 3p orbital. So, here the expected hybridization will be sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization means 1 s orbital and 2 p orbitals mixed together to form 3 identical hybrid orbitals. That hybridization we call it as sp2 hybridization, because these sp2 hybrid orbitals are planar trigonal shape with 120 degrees bond angle. Now this hybridization will support this structure. That's why the hybridization in SO3 molecule is sp2 hybridization. Now if sp2 hybridization is formed, each hybrid orbital will have one electron each. Now here in the central atom of oxygen, sulfur, we have three hybrid orbitals with half-filled electrons. Now these three hybrid orbitals will form bonds with oxygen so that a sigma bond is formed between oxygen and sulfur. Like that, three oxygen atoms will form three sigma bonds with three oxygen atoms form three sigma bonds with one sulfur atom. Now here in the sulfur atom we have three orbitals. One is half-filled p orbital and other two are half-filled d orbitals. Now here on each oxygen we have one half-filled p orbital. So these half-filled p orbitals of oxygen will form a pi bond with sulfur. Since three pure orbitals, two d orbitals and one p orbital is present, double bond will be formed between oxygen and sulfur. So in these three pi bonds, one is pp pi bond and others are dp pi bonds. These two are d dash p pi bonds, d dash p pi bonds, and this is p dash p pi bond. So in SO3 molecule, the hybridization is sp2 hybridization. Molecular is in planar trigonal shape. Bond angle is 120 degrees. These three things you have to remember. You will get, you need not explain the whole thing. Just if you said or if you represent that in SO2 molecule, sulfur is in sp2 hybridization, bond angle is 120 degrees and shape is planar trigonal shape. These 3 points will give you nearly 70% of marks that was allotted to for that question. So this is the structure of SO3. Now let us discuss the structure of SO4 minus 2. If you observe the structure of SO4 minus 2, it is in tetrahedral shape like this. Tetrahedral shape. Here also total number of bonds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bonds are there. So sulfur must be in second excited state because it requires 6 electrons, because it has to form 6 bonds. That means it requires 6 unpaired electrons. The electronic configuration of sulfur we already discussed, that atomic number is 16 and it is neon 3s2 3p4. That means 2 electrons are present in s orbital and 4 electrons in 3p orbital like this. So in ground state only 2 electrons are available, so it can form only 2 bonds. But there we require 6 bonds. 6 bonds can be possible only when these 2 electrons will enter into d orbital. So in second excited state, the electronic configuration of sulfur will be 3s1 3p3 3d2. That means 1 electron in s orbital, 3 electrons in 3p orbital and 2 electrons in. Now here the question is, which type of hybridization that sulfur atom is involved in the formation of SO4 minus 2. Remember, hybridization is completely an hypothetical theory. Basing on the structure of the molecule only, we can decide which type of hybridization it is involved. Here in the previous case, in the structure of SO3, 3 pi bonds and 3 sigma bonds are found in the structure. That means we require 3 pure p orbitals, and since they are in planar trigonal shape, we confirmed that or we checked out that the hybridization may be sp2 and that sp2 hybridization will satisfy the structure. Here the shape of this ion is tetrahedral. Only 2 pi bonds are there, so we require only 2 pure orbitals. Now here, since it is in tetrahedral shape, it may be expected sp3 hybridization. So when sulfur undergone to sp3 hybridization means one s orbital and 3 p orbitals mixed together to form 4 identical hybrid orbitals. That hybridization is said to be sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization means 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals mixed together to form 4 identical hybrid orbitals. That hybridization is known as sp3 hybridization. In sp3 hybridization, hybrid orbitals are tetrahedral shape. So 4 electrons which are present in the 4 orbitals will enter here, and these 4 hybrid orbitals are in a position to form pi bonds. So the hybridization is supporting the structure. So in sulfur, sp3 hybridization is formed, and each sp3 hybrid orbital can form 2 bonds with 2 oxygen atoms. That means here double bond will be formed. Out of double bond, one bond is sp3 of s and p orbital of oxygen, sigma bond, and another one is d dash p pi bond, d orbital of sulfur and p orbital of oxygen. So out of here, this is d dash p pi bond, this is sp3 dash p sigma bond, and here other 2 oxygen atoms are bonded with a single bond and they connected with hydrogen atoms. That is why negative charges appear on those 2 oxygens. Here in the single bonded oxygen will have negative charge. They are connected to hydrogen or other elements. This is the structure of SO3, SO4 minus 2 ion. In SO4 minus 2 ion, the thing that you have to remember, that is the hybridization of sulfur is sp3 hybridization. The structure or the shape of ion is tetrahedral shape. Hybridization is sp3, shape is tetrahedral, bond angle is nearer to 109 degrees. These are the structures of SO3 and SO4 minus 2.